and we are going to go ahead and get started. Well, thank you for being here. I'm really excited to share this information with you today. A little bit about me. I've been married for 20 years, 6 kids, big family, love entrepreneurship, been in the network marketing industry for the past 15 years, both as a distributor as well as a consultant to the network marketing industry. And the company that I'm going to be sharing with you today, I'm acting as a consultant and an advisor for, and it's just a very unique opportunity. It's a very unique company with a first of its kind category creating product. And I'm excited to be able to take you through not only the product, but the process, a little bit about the owners and even the compensation plan today as well. So that's what we're going to be diving into. I'm going to be introducing you to the world's first what's called DNA anion drop. And so with that, let's get right into it. So let's talk a little bit about the science. So if you've ever been out in nature before, if you've ever been, hiking and, hiked up to a waterfall, or if you've been near the beach and you just kind of have that euphoric, relaxed feeling. Of course, part of that is that we're getting away from all of the stresses of life. But on the other hand, it's not just a feeling of awe. Research shows that natural environments are loaded with negative charged anions. And anions are the byproduct. Hang on one second here. Let me move this out of the way. They are the byproduct of UV rays from the sun, discharges of electricity in the air, after a thunderclap, lightning strikes, and water collisions, including waterfalls and ocean surf. And these anions have been known to provide a variety of health benefits. So if you've ever walked outside here in Arizona, it's monsoon season, and we love that. So we actually had a lightning storm last night. And after a lightning storm, you ever walk outside, the air feels a little bit differently. The reason for that is because the air is actually carrying a negative charge of energy. And I was kind of blown away when I found out that the lightning strikes the earth up to 8 million times per day. And that actually negatively charges the plants. It negatively charges these plants and allows them to carry this negative charge in their leaves and the plant life. And then, of course, as you harvest those leaves, you harvest those botanicals, they start to lose that negative charge immediately. And so what we do is we handpick our botanicals at the peak of harvest season, and we use a patented technology. It's called accumulate SA technology to restore the anion or the negative ion charge energy back into the plants while extracting their DNA. And then what we do is we imprint that DNA onto these DNA anion drops. So it's a first of a kind delivery system. A lot of times when you take a supplement and you swallow it, you're now fighting the digestion process. If you've ever been told, when you take a medicine before to put it underneath your tongue, there's a reason for that, right? Because it gets into the bloodstream very, very quickly. And the same concept here, except we're not telling or advising to put it under the tongue because that would be considered a medicine. But you're putting it into your mouth and you're absorbing a much higher percentage of all of these amazing ingredients that are in these botanicals. What I like about this technology and this particular product is that they're very quick. You don't have to wait to feel the results of our drops. Sometimes when you're taking supplements, you might take them month in and month out. You don't really feel anything. You just have to trust that maybe something's happening on the inside. So you notice them very, very quickly. When I was looking at the company and considering doing some work for them, one of the first things I asked them to do was to send me some of their products. And the first product that I took was Power. I took it, and I have to tell you that within about 20 minutes, I started kind of having this battle in my mind of, okay, is this placebo or are you really feeling better? Because when I take it, it's a different type of energy for me when I take Power. For example, if you were to drink a Red Bull or a Rockstar and you get that artificial energy, sometimes it's nervous, jittery energy, and I'm not a big fan of that. But that mental focus, just kind of that overall feeling of well-being was the thing that I noticed right away when I started taking it. I went on to take Relax, and I have to tell you that I had just an amazing experience with Relax. I within the first time that I took it, I had an amazing night of sleep, and I'm like, okay. Then I start kind of going, do these things really work, or is this just my mind? And I have to tell you, I just had an amazing response with these. And so have my friends that I've shared them with. They're convenient. You can, pop them in your, you pop them into your mouth. We like to say pop a drop. You can carry them with you in your purse. They're delicious. They're attractive. They're safe. Which is great. The APLGO is registered with the FDA, and every product shipment imported is inspected by the FDA. which is very, very unique. So there's just a very unique product in the marketplace. There's 15 different products. We like to say 15 different experiences. And I want to point out just the branding for a moment. You know, Sergey, the owner of the company, who you're going to meet here in just a moment, his wife has a master's in marketing and branding, and you can see that throughout the company marketing and branding that they've done. It just looks really good. It catches your attention. You know, I'm going to just share a couple of the different of my favorites with you here today. So the first one is RLX. And in each one of our droplets, you'll notice that there's a different recipe. So in this particular recipe, it has a banana bliss taste. It tastes great. And this is offering natural support in the areas of relaxation and healthy sleep patterns, response to everyday stress, mental calmness and relaxation, emotional well-being. How many of you guys have already had a chance to try Relax or have had a positive experience on Relax? This is one that I like to share with my friends. I was with a friend of mine last night that took it for the first time, and he says, okay, you know, I got to tell you, I took that and I did sleep like a baby last night. I mean, I don't know if it was that RLX or not, but I slept really, really good last night. So banana, Duchess pear, chamomile, you know, Eleuthero root, lettuce, ginseng, passion flower, some really, really cool ingredients. And what I also like is that we didn't climb to the tallest mountain in Tibet and come back with ingredients that no one's ever heard of, and now we're making all these crazy claims. These ingredients are well-known ingredients, natural ingredients that you can look up and see all of the different benefits that go along. SLD is another one of my favorites. This tastes fantastic. Taste has a Duchess pear taste. This is going to support or help you with calming everyday physical discomfort due to overexertion, body ease of movement and flexibility, inflammation response. And if you take a look, ginger root, turmeric, there's some great ingredients that are in here that target inflammation in the body, which we all know is at the root cause of many of the chronic illnesses that are out there today. So SLD is another favorite, and then ice. I had a really good experience with ice the other day. My stomach was actually upset. I've been going through a cleanse, and my stomach was just really bothering me when I woke up in the morning, and I was doing webinars like this, and I decided to pop an ice in, and about 30 minutes after I took that ice, I noticed a significant calming experience in my stomach. And so again, just some amazing ingredients: aloe vera leaves, chamomile, meadowsweet leaves, sea buckthorn, just a few. So these are just some of my favorites. We've got 15 different experiences. One of the unique things about APLGO is they own the entire supply line from start to finish. So many companies, they go to a third-party fulfillment company to make their products, to ship their products. And what ends up happening in many cases is companies run into problems or troubles because they're using these third-party vendors. And so if you've ever been in a company before where all of a sudden it's like, ooh, we're, you know, a week back ordered, we're 2 weeks back ordered, we're 3 weeks back ordered, oh my gosh, we're 4 weeks back ordered, and it affects your business. And sometimes it's frustrating because you're risking your credibility with your relationships and the company is not delivering on their end. So one thing that I appreciate here is we actually own the manufacturing facility. It's a 48,000 square foot facility. We actually have the technology and the capability of being able to produce anywhere from 40,000 to 80,000 boxes in 1 8-hour shift. So you don't have to worry about back orders or issues finding the different ingredients that are out there today. I was actually talking with a very well-known fulfillment company that fulfills for 70 or 80 network marketing companies here in the United States. And I was on the phone with him recently, and he said, Travis, do you know right now that there are sourcing issues that are out there today? A lot of people are having a hard time getting ingredients. He said, this is the first time in my career, and he's been in the industry for over 30 years, that we have been given the green light to actually substitute ingredients with similar ingredients, and we don't even have to notify the people that we are selling the supplements to because we're having such a hard time getting these particular supplements. So that's something to take into consideration. And one thing that I appreciate is that, you know, from the farm all the way through to the end product, we're controlling every aspect of that supply line, and that makes a huge difference. The products are real. They're the real deal. We're FDA registered. We actually have our ISO 22000 and our ISO 9001. I can tell you that in 15 years in the industry, I've never worked with a company that actually took that extra step, because it's quite expensive, and it's an excruciating process to go and actually become FDA registered. We're kosher and halal certified. So really have a high standard, and it just validates the science and what we're doing here. You know, we have a few different collections. We have our daily collection. You've got some great ingredients here. You can go over to APLGO.PLAN, and you can click on each one of these ingredients. There's a drop down that will tell you what the health benefits are. It'll tell you what type of ingredients that are in there. So we have a few different collections, and I would like to point out just the price points. So if you look at our retail, $50, wholesale $25, which is what our members are paying. So $25 is fantastic. And I firmly believe right now in the network marketing industry with what's going on in the economy today, this is a new world economy that we live in. And people are being a little bit, people are struggling. People are suffering out there. I think I read somewhere that, it's upwards of 21 plus million individuals in the United States are currently on unemployment, which is just staggering. And I think that we have to be conscious to price points right now. And in my observation, the companies that are doing really well in the industry are companies that their price points are reflecting what's going on in the economy. The day of the $200 plus auto shipments or, requiring a tremendous amount of money to get started in something. I'm not saying that they're gone. There's certainly niches that are out there. But to me, a mentor once said to me, if you want to dine with the classes, appeal to the masses. And I love that we have 15 different products that appeal to the masses, and the price points are fantastic. We have our Premier Collection. What that simply means is that there's more ingredients that are in here. So we have our Premier Collection as well. And then finally, we have our Premier Plus Collection, wholesale $80. So there's a few different options that are available to a wide variety of individuals. Of course, we love customers. We are a customer-focused company, which is very important today. You have an option to be a retail customer. You have an option to be a preferred customer. And then we also have what's called a prime customer, which for $25 gives you some member perks, including getting those prices at a significant discount, which just makes sense. And you can also become what we describe as a referral partner. There's a lot of people that don't necessarily want to go build an MLM business, but they don't mind using the products, sharing them with friends, and earning some perks along the way for being able to do that. So we have that option available to you. Why do manufacturers choose network marketing? I want to just touch on this for a moment. The network marketing industry is booming. If you do a search right now on Google, you will find that how to make money from home, how to make money online are some of the top searches that are currently happening in the world today. Many are referring to this as the gig economy or the side gig economy. I'm a big fan of what Jim Rohn used to say. He used to say, go to work full-time to pay your bills, but in your part-time or spare time, work on building your fortune. And if the last 6 months has taught us anything, it's taught us the importance of having multiple streams of income. The total global revenue generated through network marketing companies is more than $192 billion, with 18.6 million people involved, even here in North America. And what I can tell you is that, each and every one of us knows somebody that's going to go to bed tonight saying a prayer asking for financial solutions. And we have the ability to be able to make an impact, to make a difference in those people's lives. If you look at the footprint that APLGO has, this is an 8.5-year-old company. They did $83 million last year, $250 million over the course of the last 8 years. They are global or going global in many cases. You see we're United States, we're in Canada. You start to see that we're moving down south into Mexico and Latin America. Very excited about that. Australia just pre-launched. Their official launch is set for October 17th and all over Europe. One thing about this company that really blew me away was understanding that they launched this category creating products. They launched the company in Russia. They've done $250 million. They have 250,000 distributors, and they're all in Eastern Europe, and they're in the Russian-speaking community. Now, for those of you that don't know much about Russia, there's really only two classes there. You have the really, really poor, the really, really wealthy. And so they don't have that same middle class. So to be able to experience that kind of success in those markets is a big sign for me. And if you follow the trends of successful network marketing companies, they often start in the United States, they go up to Canada, and they'll open up Mexico, they'll expand over to Europe, and eventually they'll go to Asia. And that's the pattern that we've seen over the last few decades with network marketing companies. So the fact that we see this company that's 8.5 years old that launched in Eastern Europe, that has had the kind of success that they've had, and yet here we are really just in the whisper campaign in the beginning stages here in the United States creates, what I would say is a very unique opportunity. The windows of opportunity in this industry don't open very often, and they don't stay open very long, but when they're open, incredible things can happen. And that's something that really stood out to me about APLGO. I believe that everything rises and falls on leadership. You have some amazing leaders here at the helm. Sergey Kulikov and Olga Kulikova are the owners of the company. And Sergey has an interesting story. He's a network marketer, just like you and I. For those of you that are in the industry, he is started in his first network marketing company. He was 19 years old, and we actually share something in common. We were in the same company together. No, I didn't know him, but by the time that he was 21 years old, he'd actually earned his first $1 million. He is an international businessman, very successful businessman, but he always had a dream. Network marketing is just in his veins, and he wanted to own a company, and he has a very, very big vision. I mean, some of the most successful people that I know in any space, in business and network marketing, it's always about that big vision and thinking that they, being unrealistic with their expectations. And I can tell you that Sergey has some very, very big goals of wanting to become one of the biggest companies in this industry that has more $1 million earners and making more impact than any other company that's out there. And so really, really have enjoyed getting to know him. He has a fantastic personality. Little side note about him. He is a very well-known magician and an illusionist, kind of like David Copperfield is over here, and very, very well-known throughout Europe. And he just brings that fun to their events. If you've seen any of the videos online, these guys have tens of thousands of people at events, and they are just having a blast. We love innovative products. You've seen the records go to the MP3 players. We used to have powders, and then it went to liquids, and then it went to pills and capsules, and then we've seen the juice and gels. Then the evolution is now the APLGO drops. And why? Because they just work faster, they're convenient, they're delicious. I was with a group of friends last night, and somebody held up a Ziploc baggie, one on the left, one on the right. You didn't know what they were, but they basically said, listen, if both of these were very similar in the type of ingredients and the health benefits, and she held up, and one had just 10 pills, right, in a cleared Ziploc bag, and then on the other side, she had 4 APLGO drops, and she said, if all things were equal, which would you choose? And everybody looked at the APLGO drops, not knowing what they were, and said, I would choose those. It just makes sense because they're simple, they're easy, they're convenient, and that's what I like about the business. And what I see happening here, and I share this from a consultant's perspective, from somebody that's worked very, very closely to help launch a number of companies in this industry, is a very unique convergence of forces coming together that I rarely see in the network marketing industry from a revolutionary product, from an owner that is very well experienced, 8 years, tremendous track record of success. It just creates a tremendous opportunity. And that's what I'm excited about. And that's the reason why we're involved with this company. Now, I want to just give you some facts about the company for a moment. So again, 250,000 associates now in 50 countries across the globe. And yet, if you were to call and pick up your phone and call every single person in your phone and ask them if they've heard of APLGO, they would say no. So that is what creates an opportunity. 1,500 paid vacations to 35 exotic countries, 48,000 square foot facility. One of every 2 company associates receives a present or special offer or giveaway, more than 500,000 given away in cash. And look at these last two, more than $1 million given away during special offers, and $4 million in jewels and cars and household appliances and meat coats and iPhones and iPads. The owner, the European culture is different. They're very lavish. They love to have fun. And the owner loves to recognize his leaders. He's very well known for doing things for his leaders that are over and above the compensation plan. So just a really cool culture. They have exciting travel opportunities. They've done 8 cruises in more than 30 different countries. Their events are over the top. They do these fun themed events where, you see fire on stage and, people, bodies being chopped in half by Sergey. It's just a really cool, different experience. They've done Moulin Rouge. They've done cruise pirates celebrations, medieval castles. And that's what this industry is really about. It's about having fun, right? If you forget about the fun, to me, when community and culture align, that's when momentum occurs. And that's what they have figured out. And that's one of the reasons why they're growing the way that they are. The other reason is because of their compensation plan. Their compensation plan is, I don't know how else to say it. It's just bonkers. I have helped write compensation plans. I consult for compensation plans. Business for Home, for example, is one of the well-known third-party, reporting agencies that talks about all the different network marketing agencies. They post all the different statistics for our industry. And there is something that companies can do. You can actually submit your tax returns and show the revenue that you generated and the money that you paid out in commissions, and then they rank those companies. And APLGO actually made it in the top 100 here last year. It's the first time that Sergey decided to submit that, and was really excited and proud to be able to make that top 100 list. But through that came an interesting comparison. So there's a company out there, and I won't say the name of it, but they're very well recognized here in the United States for having one of the best comp plans. They have people that are earning, a good amount of money. Top earners are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. They put the two comp plans side by side. And when they compared the percentage payout, company A, the comparison company, paid out 37.5% on the dollar. Now, it's interesting because we hear a lot of companies say, well, we pay out 50%. Well, we pay out 60%. Well, our company pays out 68%. But what they don't tell you is in most cases, they're talking about of the commissionable volume. So what does that mean? It means if I spend $159 and they pay me only on 100 in volume, yes, they're paying out 60 or 65% of that 100 in volume, not the actual $160 that came in the door. So hopefully you understand the difference there, because in all reality, at the end of the day, usually most companies are in that 37% to 40% range on the dollar amount. They just love to throw out those marketing sizzles. It sounds better when you say 60%. So APLGO actually in the last 5 years paid out 63% on the dollar. And some people say, well, how can they do that? I mean, is the company going to be okay? They've been in business 8 years. So, and it's very indicative. They have people that are in this company. There's over 1,500 people in this company earning 6 figures or more. I'm going to say that again. There's over 1,500 people in this company earning 6 figures or more. Now, we don't make any promises, no guarantees. And that's my little disclaimer. But what I will tell you is that I know companies that have been in business, very well-known companies in the U.S., that can't match those numbers. They have people that are earning, again, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in Russia. And so that creates a very unique opportunity. And again, we have an opportunity for weekly income, daily income. You can, get preferred customers. You can get prime customers. So there's a number of different ways that you can generate income. In fact, there's 11 different ways. First of all, our customers can sign up. You can either be a customer as one option, or you can become an associate. So you can choose how you want to be involved in the company. You can see that we have 6 different starter kits. Doesn't matter how you get started. The only thing that matters is that you get started. You've got a few different options that are available. 11 ways to earn. I'm going to go through some of them. I'm not necessarily going to go into a full-blown compensation plan training today, but I do want you to just get a feel for this compensation plan that has so many people excited. So first of all, we have a first start bonus, and those first start bonuses are paid on the dollar amount, not the volume of the pack. How many times have you seen a $1,000 pack that's only worth 200 in volume? And yes, you might make 40%, and it sounds great, but you're getting paid on the volume, not the dollar. So you have an opportunity right out of the gate to earn anywhere from 10 to 17.5% first start bonuses. Again, notice that you'll see on that left-hand side, promoter, associate, builder, leader, VIP, and diamond club. Those are statuses. So when you enroll, based on which kit that you start with, that also has a bearing on the percentage that you start earning right out of the gate here at APLGO. So you can come in as a promoter, associate, builder, leader, and you're going to see that throughout this entire compensation plan. The ultimate goal is to eventually hit the status of, and again, status is different than rank. The goal is to become a Diamond Club member as quickly as possible, and that way you can start maximizing even the first start bonus right from the very beginning. Now, let's go ahead and go through some of these different ways that you get paid. So this is it's a binary, but we call it a binary because there's a little unique twist to this. So first of all, this is only on first orders. If you were to ask me, what are we? We're a unilevel with a great, front-end binary bonus, but it's actually a binary, because what that means is you start off building 2 legs, one on your left, one on your right. And then as those start to build and all the new pack volume that's coming in the door is paid out here, what happens is that as you max out one of these lines, and many other companies, you're kind of limited once you hit the cap, you can actually add a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and even 9th leg, and that creates much more earning potential. In fact, it's $10,000. You can build up to 9 legs, each at $10,000 per month cap, which is pretty awesome. So, and again, if you'll look at the status, promoter, associate, builder, leader, VIP, and diamond, you're going to see, again, the percentages based on where you start, or again, your future orders also count, as well as your customer volume also counts as well. Once you hit that diamond club, you're at 30%, which is a big deal. You know, most companies pay out to 10 to 20% their binary. They're paying up to 30% here, which is pretty aggressive. And then, of course, this is a lot of people get really excited about this matching bonus that pays out all the way through 7 levels. And this is on the group bonus. So this is on the front end binary, which is kind of an interesting twist. Most comp plans have a check match only on the unilevel portion. We have that too, but we also have it on the binary side of the group volume as well. So you have, again, an opportunity to be able to earn 7 levels, and you can see the payout on the group bonus here. So they're very, very aggressive with their check matches. Just kind of a quick glance at their monthly qualification. So it is a monthly qualifier here. You can see you start off at promoter. And by the way, one thing I want to point out is the PV requirements. 40 PV, that's 2 boxes. That's $50 wholesale. So we're not, you know, a lot of companies require 100 or 200 or whatever the case might be. I believe a 40 PV requirement until you hit director, where your income is at a level that's starting to go up, that it justifies having that PV requirement go up a little bit. So I really like that. And then on the back end, unilevel, this is where the stability is in the plan. This is where your long-term residual income is going to come from, your true walk-away income. I love this because a unilevel is going to cater to the beginners in the network marketing industry. You know, sometimes if you're just a straight binary, what you end up with is a leader with a big check and a bunch of zeros. Leader with a big check and a bunch of zeros. But the unilevel is very friendly to the beginners because even if they only have one line that's building, they're going to have an opportunity to be able to generate a significant income. And once again, you see that diamond status, you go up to 10% through those 6 levels as opposed to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it does make sense to hit that diamond status or even come in on that diamond status if it's possible, because you're maximizing the compensation plan. One of the other things I like about this unilevel is they do have an infinity bonus. So sometimes with unilevels, they're a little bit shallow. So if you have somebody that comes in on level 7, 8, 9, and you're only paying out through 6 levels, in some unilevels, you don't get to benefit from that, but you're going to have an opportunity here to generate an income of anywhere from 1 to 2.5% through infinity on the unilevel as well. So now you have the binary on the front end that's going to pay you in depth, right? It pays you through infinity, but you also have the unilevel on the back end. So you have, this is really a hybrid compensation plan. You've got activity bonuses, you've got lifestyle bonuses, you've got entertainment bonuses that go anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per month just for entertainment. How many of you would like to get a check for $3,000 a month just to be able to, for entertainment, to be able to go maybe buy that boat, to be able to go travel? And then my favorite, the luxury bonus. You know, again, they paid out over $4 million in cash prizes and jewels and, you know, just fun incentives. And again, I want to point out how great the branding looks with this company as well. So, you know, again, at the end of the day, you have some different options that are available to you to be able to secure a position in the tree. There is as an associate, it's a $25 annual fee. And then you do have to place an order for a minimum of $100. You can order any one of our Go kits that we have or any combination of the individual products to get over $100 to secure your position. So you have an opportunity today to be able to take advantage of something in the beginning stages that I believe has tremendous potential. Again, why? Because there's already an 8.5-year track record with an infrastructure. We own the manufacturing facility. They have warehousing and distribution points all around the world. And one thing that myself and my business partner, Cowie, are working very closely on with a few others, Nancy and a few others here internally at corporate, is we are working on helping them to establish the tools and the infrastructure so that the distributors and the associates here have the ability to be able to scale this. So we're working on online systems and apps that are available to you. How about sample kits? How about a free plus offer where somebody could go to your site or you could send somebody a sample and they pay for shipping and the price of the product is included. And we include, you know, these little brochures that you could drop into the mail with samples that you could send out to your friends. You know, I love sampling programs. There's a term that I'm fond of called velocity marketing. And that's where you go from no one knowing about something to everyone knowing about it in a very short period of time. And I've been fortunate enough to be a part of a few companies. And by the way, all of those companies had a unique delivery system, some type of a category creating product. And it's really fun to be a part of. And you can just feel that that is happening here. So in closing, I just want to say this. I'm super excited that you guys joined me here on a Saturday morning. Really good crowd here this morning just to hear about this launch. We use the term whisper campaign. What does that mean? So whisper campaign really just defines where we are as a company. You know, the USA websites just went live within the last few weeks. We have just integrated. We're now shipping our products. We're paying our distributors. You can enroll here in the United States. What you can expect over the next 30 to 60 days is we're now taking the back office and we're streamlining it. We're streamlining the enrollment process. We're transitioning and translating everything from Europe now here to the United States. Only other thing I want to point out is that this is a U.S.-based and a U.S. registered company. Now you can say, well, how is that possible if they started in Russia? So Sergey, after launching his company and having the success that he's had, recognizes that for him to go global, he needed to be registered in the USA. Why? I'll give you an example. In Asia, some of the top network marketing leaders in Asia will not get involved in a network marketing company unless it is registered in the USA. And there's a reason for that because of our regulation. We have a very strict regulatory agency that makes sure that they protect their associates, their distributors. In Asia, there's a lot of scams, for example, a lot of pyramid schemes. And so if they know that the company came out of the United States, then they can trust that the company is legitimate. They can trust that it is not just some scheme or overnight type of pyramid opportunity. So Sergey knew that. And so what he did is he actually moved his family to Miami a couple of years ago, and he has spent that time preparing, registering APLGO. The original company was APL, so APLGO in the United States, getting all of the infrastructure, our warehouse in Utah, everything in place, and we are now ready to pull the trigger. And so, we're here to help them understand the USA culture, make sure that you guys have the tools and resources to be successful. I can tell you that there are some pretty incredible leaders that are on this presentation today. And if you ask me, if I had to just give you my opinion as a professional in this industry, I just got a feeling about it. This company is going to go. It's going to grow. It already is. They're attracting some pretty incredible leaders. And I always say when you attract the quality will come. So with that, thank you guys so much for listening in today, Saturday. You guys have a great day, great weekend, and we'll see you back here again next week. Bye-bye now.